Hey, yo, YouTube, what's good? Welcome to the Resilient Mindset Podcast, a channel dedicated to the motivation of men's mental health and awareness. Today's topic of discussion: boundaries, the effects it has on increasing our masculinity and value. I'm coming at you guys, pause, on the audio vibe today. And I really want you guys to listen to the words that I'm going to be speaking throughout this video. So let's get into it. We see all too often in our daily lives through social media and real time men being undervalued, emasculated, and shamed. It seems society wants us to be strong, high value, and handsome, but at the same time complacent. We are told to accept everything presented to us despite the detriment of our well being. Yo, I don't know about you, but I take both offense and accountability for this. Men as leaders can change the narrative of emasculation and devaluing. However, it most definitely begins with us. A starting point is identifying our boundaries and standing firm on our square with them. Our boundaries are our rules for people and how we want them to act towards us, and our response when they are violated. This is super important because this is how we teach people how to interact with us. To keep it a full buck with you, this goes for all aspects of our life. Fellas, honestly ask yourself, when you see men as a whole, what do you see? I see a lot of misguided individuals, but many of us are waking up, and that's probably what brought you here. I often wonder, why do we stay in relationships past their expiration date? Why do we look for strategies to regain an ex that showed us rejection? Why do we allow unchecked disrespectful behavior? Why do we entertain being exploited for laughs at our expense? Why are we accepting options that don't benefit us? I'll tell you why. Because many of us have been taught and conditioned to undermine our values for the benefit of others. And when we do speak our mind, we are shamed for not conforming to the ideas of the pandering opinion. Real talk, fuck them. I want you men to be aware of your boundaries and the power you possess. So let's get it. We all have 6 types of personal boundaries, starting with the first one, physical. Think of this like an invisible 360-degree bubble that extends, let's say, 3 to 5 feet around you. This is called your personal space. And not everyone deserves to be in your personal space, and not everyone deserves your presence. Think of yourself as the VIP, and they have to work to get into your section. Number 2, intellectual. You will have people that will try to downplay your accolades, achievements, and success. Never dim your light. I know the 48 laws of power states, never outshine the master. However, in my opinion, a true master knows when they have been successful with their student, when that student is able to surpass them. Number 3, emotional. I get it. You're a tough guy. Well, listen here, tough guy. You have emotions too. You definitely need to find a solid group of people you can express or be vulnerable with emotionally. And I would say you need to find a good group of solid guy friends you could confide in. Or if that's not available, definitely therapy could be an exception. Or you can also journal. But the main thing is being able to express your emotions in a healthy way, because if you don't, they will find a way to seep out, and you may not like the consequences or the responses to that. Number 4, intimate. And this is a huge one. This is where we're often shamed for expressing our want of intimacy. However, that doesn't mean that you need to be a thirst ball and always fiending for the front pocket. You definitely want to make sure that the person that you are, you're definitely respecting their boundaries, at the same time expressing your need for intimacy. That also means that we need to start practicing some control. That doesn't mean you smash any and everything that comes your way. Also, just to be clear, if a shorty is rejecting your intimate advances, 1 or 2 things is going on. 1, she doesn't like you. And 2, She's trying to weaponize intimacy against you in attempts to control you. In either case, she doesn't like you. So you know you need to just move on. It's a sad truth that we need to accept. But if any woman likes you, intimacy is definitely not going to be a problem. Number 5, material. And this is for all the guys who lead with their wallet or have no issues cash apping chicks for dates or pretty much paying for them to be on a date with them. And if that's you, hey, no judgment on my end. But for guys who value their money and value their finances, if someone is only around you for what you can provide for them financially, and that's all they look for out of you, then you already know what that situation is. Definitely make sure you're protecting your assets, and that includes your finances as well. Number 6, time. Time is a commodity that you can't get back. So make sure you're using yours wisely. And this applies to any situation. You have someone showing up to dates late, slow to no communication, last minute cancellations. They're definitely letting you know what type of person they are and how they see and value you. So make sure you value yourself more. I most definitely appreciate you tuning in so far. Please do me a huge solid and hit that like and subscribe button for support by pushing my content to other viewers like you. So far, we've covered what are boundaries. Let's discuss how we can enforce them using these 4 steps. Number 1, note when a line is crossed. If the situation makes you feel funny emotionally or physically, like a tingling sensation or spider sense, we're gonna call that bullshit sense. Then more than likely, this is an uncomfortable situation. Number 2, speak up. Be clear and direct. And you don't have to give any type of explanation if you don't want to. And also remember, no is an answer. Number 3, set consequences. Let them know if their behavior continues, what will happen. Now, I don't mean verbally or physically threatening them. Just let them know their actions have consequences and what your response will be in return. This could be hanging up a phone, discontinuing the conversation or relationship, leaving, whatever that situation looks like for you. Let them know there will be consequences if this behavior continues. And last but not least, number 4, expect resistance. People will push back, especially if you've been in a situation where you haven't been upholding your boundaries. They're definitely going to push back if you start to all of a sudden start speaking up for yourself and, I guess, manning up, quote unquote. In this situation, the key is to remain calm yet firm. Try not to take their reaction personally. I know that can be difficult. The real problem is that they more than likely lack boundaries in their own life. Listen up. The only true power we have in this world is over ourselves. When we fail to maintain that power by not enforcing our boundaries, we give that power away. In many cases, the only way to reclaim our power is to dissolve the interaction completely. What do you fellas think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you gained any value from this video. Stay locked for more of my content by viewing another video. As always, stay resilient.